Episode 6, I want to say. We just solved the second room, and we're on to the hallway in which the third room lies. So, hello everyone, I'm Mica Manticore, and welcome back to Let's Meet Adam. As I was just saying, we found the code for this room using the portraits that are on the wall, along with the safe that's behind the sofa. I'm going to have to really be sure to check everything twice because that did not show up in my first go-through. Oh, I spit everywhere. I did not find the safe in my first go-through of searching the couch, so I will have to be sure to double-check things. But found it pretty quickly. It took me... I tried twice incorrectly and once correctly. Let's move on. Holy shit, I need to smoke. This is just way too much to handle. Hey, we're not doing that badly. I go to make a beeline for the door when Earl stops me. Wait, Adam, before we meet up with the others, there's something I should say. Maybe I was wrong about wanting to do this all on my own. I've always been fiercely independent. I used to firmly believe until recently that other people just slow you down. And if you want things to really happen and to change, you gotta make it happen yourself. Being a shark makes you strong, but they're also solitary creatures. It's probably a very lonely existence, and maybe that's why their eyes are so dark. They can't take in the light from what's beyond their own world. Earl. He nods and shrugs, his features softening into something quite warm and handsome for the first time ever. With a sense of accomplishment, we both walk confidently through the door. When we entered the foyer, we were the second pair to arrive. I didn't think it'd be such a big deal, but I was relieved to see the others had made it. Well, those who had arrived so far anyways. We talked for a bit, stood around, some sitting on the hard floor. I decided it was best to chill for a minute while we had the chance. Unfortunately, relaxing wasn't a luxury we could afford. Minutes seemed to tick away, but with a loaded gravity of hours. Earlier they had all been excited, speaking with relief and congratulations as each pair showed up shortly after the other. Lucky and Steve, however, had not yet surfaced after what felt like a considerable amount of time by comparison to the rest. That unease replaced whatever feelings of exuberance the group once had. The clamoring had now succumbed to a restless silence. How long do you think it's been? Long enough, I'm afraid. It's felt like at least half an hour since we all regrouped here. I think we may need to have a conversation. Wait, hold on. What exactly are you referring to here, Kang? A long, intentional pregnant pause soon followed. Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you? No, I'm not an idiot. I just want to be clear about what you're suggesting. Are you saying we should leave them? That we should leave Steve and Lucky? It's not like they won't be able to continue on without us. Steve is a top, Lucky is a bottom. Why should we imperil ourselves when most likely they're fine? I'm certain, granted that the roles were reversed, they would have also continued on without us. How dare you, that is not cool. You don't get to assume how either of them might feel, especially since you're obviously twisting things so you can get your way. Isn't that obvious, boo? My. Looks like I need to work on my powers of persuasion a bit more. Fuck you. Venom is almost dripping from Earl's words. Hey, stop! I'm not the one yelling. Kang says this while leaning up against the wall. It almost appears like he's enjoying this confrontation. And you, Earl, above all other people, I didn't think you'd be the sentimental type. I'm not. Well, I'm simply speaking the cold hard truth. What if they never show up, or indeed, what if they had already gone through one of those doors before us? Look, I know what you're saying, Kang, and I don't like having to wait around here any more than you do. But I think we gotta stay and wait for them. It's the right thing to do. The honorable thing to do. This is just a game, but if you really want to get into it, what's honor in the face of survival? Is honor a shield? Is it a life jacket? Can it save your life, Bart? Ask yourself that. It hasn't even really been that long. Earl, you have a watch, don't you? How long has it been? Oh my god, Earl, it totally slipped my mind, but yes, it's true, you're the only one here that has a watch, I'm assuming. Everyone else only had their phones, and those were all taken away at reception. Oh, that's right. Sorry, I totally forgot. I've just been so damn worked up lately, it hadn't occurred to me. Let's see, so if we were promised 9 hours, we should have 7 hours left. Plenty of time. I'm sure those jokers will be stumbling into this foyer any minute now. I say we wait. I don't believe those words will comfort you when you're struggling down to the last few minutes to solve the puzzle. We should stay. Adam, what do you think? No one gets left behind. I agree with Bart and Earl. I think we should all wait for each other no matter what. I straighten myself out further before I make my next point. But it isn't right for any of us to make decisions for the whole if some of you don't agree. Personally, for me, I'm gonna wait for them, but I can't stop those of you who want to go on ahead. Kang and Pierce's eyes notably change and shift. Before anything else, I have something to say. Well, Steve isn't here. What is it, Vince? Adam, it's about his letter. What are you guys talking about? I looked at Vince. I wasn't sure if this was the best time to bring that up, but I suppose we couldn't go back on it now that it was brought up. Well? Vince stared at me with a blank expression. God, he's expecting me to explain even though he brought it up? I sighed heavily, not knowing what else to do in the moment. Everyone was staring at me, and I knew I should say something soon before people start to panic. Alright, well, when we were all in the drawing room, we all showed our letters, right? Well, it might not be a huge deal, but Steve refused to show his to Vince and I. That's weird. Then again, he's a weird sort of dude. He kinda looks like a pedophile if you ask me. That's not the point. So what is it then? I don't get it. I mean, I just think his behavior has been shifty, but otherwise I don't see anything too wrong with it. I just wish the dude was more honest and open about it. No! Vince's sudden yell made us jump. I've never heard him sound so commanding before. Don't you see? What if he's versatile? Like he lied about what he got in the letter? It's a huge advantage. Why else would he hide it? That fucking old asshole creep! The other men stood silent and motionless like irate statues. Only their gazes moved, each looking at each other with a hint of something akin to aggression. I don't like it. Look, it might not mean anything, mate. One of the doors behind us starts to fidget open. I look to the rest of the group and put my finger up in my mouth to shush them all. I didn't want anyone to bring this Steve thing up right now. We don't need this drama. Lucky and Steve literally come stumbling in, mostly because Lucky was so anxious to bust into the room. He had the biggest smile on his face that I could imagine, and surprisingly, given that I just met him, I was really happy to see him. Really happy and relieved to see they were both okay. Hey! We made it, everyone! I'm sorry we took so long. We had some problem solving the puzzles in our room. Lucky gives an embarrassed grin, like a kid caught with his hand in the cookie jar. I didn't expect it to be so hard either, but it's okay now, and we're finally here so you can wipe those tears from your eyes and break out the wine. Why do you guys look so serious? We were just worried, that's all. We all got here about the same time and you guys were lagging. I think it was my fault. He raises his hand. I may have kept coming up with complicated solutions to the puzzles. That's an understatement, Lucky. If we had just kept it simple, we would have gotten the answers a lot quicker. But I just kept thinking that there's no way the answers could have been that easy. There had to be more to them. But now I know how they work. Next time I'll do better. Is it bad when that statement makes me more worried? I know, for someone named Lucky, I'm just not very lucky at all, am I? I burst out laughing, so did Steve and Lucky. Soon most of the guys were at least chuckling. I may have even caught Bart holding back a laugh or two. It was a pretty rare moment, but it was nice to see us all laughing for a change. I knew this moment wouldn't last, but it was a good distraction even for just a little while. Soon after, I heard Kang pipe up. So, Steve, tell us about these puzzles that bamboozled the likes of you two geniuses. I'd be delighted, Kang, Steve says rather slightly. Did yours also involve statues? As Steve walks over to play storyteller to a captive audience, Lucky motions for Adam to speak in private. They end up moving away from the group, although not too far off that it'd be noticeable or suspicious. How are you, Adam? I'm glad to see you're alright. Me too. I was seriously worried, though. Oh, that's nice of you, but I'm pretty sure you're just saying that. By the way, did your puzzles involve white statues too? No, we had to deal with frames that had dried flowers in them. I was a bit creeped out in there. I know what you mean. Anyway, sorry, I'm sure you wanted to hear Steve's story, but I needed to talk to you for a sec. Sure, Lucky, what's up? Well... Lucky hesitates and proceeds to fidget with the piercings in his ear. I don't know if you'll believe me, and I wasn't sure who else to talk to. I don't want to be Steve's partner anymore, or again. It's not like anything happened, and I can't really explain why, but I don't feel safe when I'm alone with him. You serious? I give Lucky a reassuring but concerned look. Did he say or do anything to hurt you? No, nothing like that. I get a bad feeling when I'm around him, the way he looks at me. Do you believe me, Adam? Yeah, of course. Thank goodness, I was afraid to bring it up. I thought you might call me crazy. Don't worry about it, I got you covered. Just then, I see Earl slowly edging his way over to us. His eyes were questioning with just a hint of concern. What are you guys talking about? Well, it's okay, Lucky. Do you mind if I tell him? No, I trust Earl too. Lucky doesn't want to be partnered with Steve anymore. What? Why not? I did my part, so I shoot Lucky a look with my eyebrows raised, encouraging him to go on. Well, Earl, I don't feel safe with him. I explained to Adam it's not like he did or said anything bad to me, but I definitely don't feel comfortable with him. He makes me anxious and nervous. That's all. I don't know if I fully trust him either now. Earl looks at me, implying what he said is based on this and the info Vince gave out about Steve hiding his letter. I'll go with him. Into the next room. No, you can't. I'd feel bad. You just said you didn't want to go into the next room with him, right? And this solves that. Besides, and no offense, Lucky, but he isn't going to be able to pull a fast one on me. I could take it. I want to watch him like a hawk. Or a shark? I say this unsure if it'll go well, but wanting to lighten the mood. Or a shark, yeah. You do that for me? But why? I can't forget what you said in there just after Lars. Well, let's just say I've been thinking a lot recently. Maybe I don't have to be part of the group, but I can still do the right thing when times call for it. So I'm not doing it necessarily because of how I feel about you, and in that way no one can say I'm going back on my word. Lucky and I smile at each other. Ugh, God, what have I gotten myself into? Thank you, Earl. Sure thing. Earl, what's wrong with your face? I was smiling, Adam. Gah, gross, it doesn't suit you. Thank you both for understanding and helping me out. And if we manage to get out of here alive, I hope we'll all stay friends and hang out together. When we get out of here alive. And sure, hanging out sounds like it'd actually be kind of cool. Same here. To be honest, I'm not totally sure about that. Since, well, Lucky isn't exactly going to fit in with me and my group of friends. But he's a nice guy, so I figured a white lie wouldn't hurt. Adam, you're a dick! Hey, can you go into the next room with me, okay, Lucky? You can go into the next room with me, okay, Lucky? Are you sure, Adam? That'd be awesome. Actually, I'd be okay with anyone else, just as long as I don't have to go in with... You missed a fantastic story. Quite the comedy of errors, if I may be so bold to say. Anyhow, seeing as how we've wasted enough time, I went ahead and picked Bart as my companion for the next room. I figured since, Adam, you got first pick last time, you wouldn't object? Yeah, that's fine, I don't care. Perfect. Well, we're all going to start pairing off again, so you best hurry. Well, that settles it then. I'm gonna butter up Steve and make up some lame excuse why we should be partners this time. You guys be safe, okay? Lucky grins gently at me with a huge look of relief on his face. I hold up my hand to give him a high five, but he looks unsure of what it meant at first. Oh yeah! We finally awkwardly high five. Okay, so Kang roped in Bart, Earl with Steve, and I know Vince will just take whoever I don't pick. Hey Adam, wanna head in with your main man Pierce? I promise it'll be worth your time. I told Lucky. I told Lucky. I told him. Sorry man, I made a promise to Lucky here just before you came by. Maybe next time. I hope Pierce wasn't upset by that, but I am glad you picked me anyways. As we moved to the doors, it seemed the rest of the group had organized themselves without us. Like in a sick game show, contestants even Sturl. Steve and Earl stood in front of mysterious door number 1. Although no one's winning a car in this nightmarish game, Steve didn't seem to mind or be suspicious about the sudden change in partners. Maybe he figured we'd be switching every round? Anyways, the only door left was door number 2, which Lucky and I step in front of. Beside us to the right, in front of Lucky door number 3, stood Bart and Kang. Bart stood there rigid with his arms folded as usual, his large frame dwarfing Kang's. They made a very well-dressed couple, it seemed. I grinned ironically at the thought. And finally, Vince and Pierce at door number 4. As Adam was the first to open his door, a serious and focused hush came over the entire assembly. With less parting words than last time, Adam and Lucky stepped cautiously into the hallway towards their next puzzle room. What in the world? They entered an impossibly large-seeming cavern of a room. Adam and Lucky simply stood unmoving, jaws agape at the sight before them. There was a distinctly alien feeling about the place. Particles of dust glimmer and catch light as they waft about, being carried by a cool breeze of unknown origins. It was hard to explain, but this room felt alive. Lucky, illuminated by neon lights, turned to face Adam. Whatever confidence he seemed to have in the room before had been wiped away. Adam, I know we can pull this off. We just have to make a great team. Just look at this place, though. What kind of puzzle would he have us solve in a room like this? There isn't anything here. Well, we both know that can't be true. There's got to be something around here we can use. Some clues lying about? Yeah, silly me. Of course you're right. Okay, I have an idea. I'll look for the exit door since it isn't obvious where it is this time. You start looking for clues, and once I find the exit door, I'll come help you right away, okay? That sounds like a decent plan, Luckster. Awesome. Do you think we'll hear from the host guy while we're in here? Don't get me wrong, I'm glad we haven't, but it does seem weird to me that we haven't heard from him at all since the first puzzle room. You know what? It bothers me too. I don't dig the idea that the freak is sitting around in his goat mask with a microphone watching everything we do. Besides, I know if we did hear from him, it would definitely be something bad. But for real, we need to focus on the puzzle at hand. It's just a little weird, that's all. Although I agree we gotta focus on the puzzle first. I grip Lucky firmly by the shoulder and nod with a determined look in my eyes. We can do this! Of course we can, little bud. Whatever doubts I had, I needed to hide them from Lucky and keep tough. I had the feeling he can be strong, but only if the other person supports him enough. Otherwise, he'd crumble pretty fast. I'm really glad I got to be in here with you, Adam. You're patient, smart, determined, and on top of that, you're really handsome. To be honest, when I first met you, I was a little intimidated to even say hello. You really have it all, you know. You have that special something. You'll be a rad performer someday. Thanks, Lucky. That means a lot. Lucky spins around with renewed vigor and dashes off into the darkness to locate the exit. Adam surveys the area one more time with keen, determined eyes. Let's fucking rock this. Northwest corner. Using the lights as a guide, I find myself at one of the corners. There's a small message made with light here. Oh, fuck. CMYK equals n plus n plus n plus n equals is 4. Okay. Northeast corner. This is definitely a clue. What does this mean? RGB equals equals okay. So now southwest. I'm surprised to find nothing out of the ordinary here. I was sure I'd find something. Sweet, I found a clue. 2, 5, 6. That's definitely red. That's green. But that's not blue, that's purple. I'm gonna roll with it anyway. Floor. In a section of floor near one of the walls with lights, I find a message made of neon light. Okay, 994 blue. So okay, so that one's definitely purple. Or maybe cyan. Because RGB, red, green, blue, and then CMYK is cyan, magenta, yellow, and I don't know the other color. K. Shit, I don't know. It'll happen. Yellow, green, or maybe that's. Let me look at the other thing first. Southeast. Okay, the 5 is cyan. Not green. Okay. Triangle. I walk towards and get mesmerized by the curious triangle. For some reason, it makes me want to put my guard up. Just underneath it, against the wall, there's a safe with a keypad on it. Written above the keypad itself is blank blank K. I don't have it. Blank blank K. Key. Duh, K is key. Okay, hold on. So, cyan, 5. Magenta, 6. Yellow, 9. 5, 6, 9, 4. 5 plus 6 plus 9 plus 4. 11 plus 9 is 24. 24. 6 maybe? And then red, green, blue. So 2, 9, 4. That makes 15. It's also 6. And then key is 4. So 6, 6, 4. I'm awesome. Passcode accepted. I can't believe I got it. There's nothing inside the mini safe except for a business card. Print shop. Print the rainbow. 28 Z 3A 4B 5C. So it seems like it's just whatever letter in the alphabet plus 2. Oh wait, I got that already. Shit. Hey Adam, guess what? You'll be really happy with me. I found the exit. The keypad has some sort of puzzle message thing above it though. Red, orange. It's Roy G. Biv. So, red, orange, yellow, blue. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Let's see. So B is obviously 4. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. 7 plus 2 is 9. H, I. That's 11. I, J. Let's see. J, K, L, M, N, O, P, O. O is 15. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, M. Oh, 15, so that's 17. P, Q, R. P, Q, R, so that's 20. And then, let's see, 20, 17, S, S, T, U, V, so 24. And then Y is 27. So 27, 9, 4, 11, 24. Okay. So, so that boils down to 2, 8, 9, 9, 4, 2, 6. Okay. Yeah, I know how it goes. It's 2899426. I'm so good at these! We got it. I'm going to use a different side of this paper now. Lucky turns around and gives me a big ol' hug. What the fuck? The lights had powered down and suddenly lights had turned on in the 2 rooms on either side of us. Lucky and I turn our heads and see Steve in a room to our left with a look of fucking horror. Why can we see him? It must have been some kind of 2-way mirror. Adam, look! I look over and notice that Steve is actually screaming. If I focused, I could hear his muffled cries through the glass. Fuck, Lucky, come on. Lucky and I run over to the left side of the room to check on them. Oh. Oh no. My blood ran cold. I could hear Lucky screaming beside me. At first it was clear, but as seconds went on, his screams became muffled, like he was underwater. My vision blurred in and out and darkened. I was afraid I was going to faint, and I felt instantly sick to my stomach. Earl laid face first on the floor, blood gushing out of what remained of his head. It oozed out and sometimes spewed out irregularly. When that happened, bubbles trickled out of his face and danced on the growing pool of blood. No. No, please, oh my god, no. From my peripheral, I could see Lucky had stopped screaming and was sobbing uncontrollably. His hand slid down on the glass as his knees gave in. He slowly slid down against the wall until his knees hit the floor. I, on the other hand, couldn't even move. I barely breathed. And I instead looked from Earl and then at Steve. How could this happen? What happened? Why is this happening? Steve and I make eye contact. Our pupils burn into each other's. He looks at me and then at Earl and then back to me, panicked. He raises his hands, palm forward and up to his chest. I could tell he was trying to say, I didn't do it. Oh, shit. Bart. Kang. I was in a trance. Like a zombie, I walked backwards and away from Steve's room without even acknowledging his pleas. I turned around and ran to the right side of our room, desperately wanting but not wanting to find out how Bart and Kang were. Oh, God. Empty. They weren't there. Shit, no one is in there. My mind raced as to the possibilities of what could have happened to them and to Earl. Adam!
Adam!
Lucky's shrill cry snapped me out of it. What's going on? What the hell is going on? Why is Earl dead? Are Bart and Kang okay? I don't know, man. Holy shit. I gripped my forehead in astoundment. All I know is Earl is dead. Bart and Kang, I don't know. They aren't there. They aren't in their room. What? There doesn't seem to be signs of a struggle, though. Maybe they're okay. I can't believe this is happening, Adam. I don't want this anymore. I don't. Lucky is shaking violently. But at least maybe Bart and Kang made it out of their room. Maybe they're waiting for us? Let's go, Adam. I'm scared. Yeah, you're right. Fuck. Okay, let's get out of here. We gotta find out what happened to Earl. We gotta talk to Steve. But one thing I want you to do, Lucky, be careful. We talk to, but keep our distance from Steve, alright? At least until we figure out what's going on. Do you really think he'd do this to Earl? But why? Why would he want to hurt one of us? It doesn't make sense. I think even Lucky had calmed down a little, but the feeling was replaced with something even more awful. The adrenaline had faded now into something that just gave us the cold shivers. Tears were welling up in my eyes from sadness, but also from intense fear. I'd never experienced anything like it before. Come on, Lucky, let's go. Alright. When we walked in, I held my breath, only to find we didn't see Bart, Kang, or even Steve yet. Oh shit. So it was just me, Lucky, Pierce, and Vince in the foyer for now. I bet Steve is just as nervous of us as I am of him and whatever shit is about to go down. My nerves felt shot and I could feel myself forcibly subduing this deep trembling. Vince! Adam, you made it! Yeah, dude, are you okay? Yes, we're fine. Why wouldn't we be? Vince tilts his head and smiles, a particularly cute expression that one wouldn't expect from such a built man. Have you seen Bart or Kang? Vince gives Adam a concerned look, obviously sensing there was more behind the question than mere curiosity. No. Why? Something's up. I clenched my fist tightly, unsure of where to start. The others came around us solemnly, and so I started explaining everything. I felt like I was babbling, but the words just flowed out like a river and I couldn't stop them. I explained what we saw, that Bart and Kang had vanished and that Earl was butchered in the room with Steve. When I finished talking, I gulped so hard it almost wouldn't go down, and I felt like I could have choked or spat it out. Vince walked away from Adam wordlessly. It's true that Vince wasn't an expressive, talkative sort, but this was not that. His lack of words could only be the result of shock and utter hopelessness. Vince walked to the wall furthest away, and with his back turned to them all, he raised both his arms up and placed his hands palm down against it. His head resting on the back of his hands, lost in thought and sadness. Lucky was sobbing quietly, but anyone could tell he was holding back the floodgates. Pierce shook his head and pulled down his cap as usual. Then, resting both his hands on his sides, he looks to the ground, avoiding all eye contact, even with Adam. I still can't believe that Ernest is dead. He was a dick, though, let's be straight. He always talked down to me, even from the start, looking down his nose at me like his shit don't stink. Shut up! Just shut up, Pierce. You know what I think? I think he was right to look down on you because you're an idiot and an asshole, and this just proves it. What did you say, bitch? Come on, say it again, you punk-ass little shit! I expected Lucky to back down, but surprisingly he stood his ground, and a determination took over that I never thought he could have. I hate that word. Are you stupid? I'll say stupid. Are you stupid? I said shut up. First off, his name is Earl, not Ernest. You don't get to talk about the dead that way, especially not him. You wouldn't know, but he was kind, and even though he hid it, he actually cares about people, unlike you. You think you could pick on me because I'm small and fat or something? Lucky was trembling by this point. I know what I am, but do you know what you are? You would be nothing without those muscles, because your brain is full of nothing but air and bullshit. That's it! Pierce fucking growls, pushes past me, and raises his fist, aiming dead on Lucky's face. Whoa, 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 stop it! Holy shit, thank God I was able to jump in between them last minute and keep Pierce at bay. My hands pressed on his massive chest. Pierce, stop. Do it! You think I'm scared of you! Out of the corner of my eye, I see Vince storming over to us. I'd never seen him look so pissed off. Stop now, both of you! You know, that name does suit you. Pierce says it, Lucky. Because you're only lucky that Adam and Vince here pity you enough to protect and let you piggyback off them. Otherwise, your pathetic ass wouldn't have made it this far and you'd be as dead as Earl. Enough! Lucky stands there defiant, but tears are welling up in his eyes. He rubs them away, but he doesn't take his gaze off of Pierce's. This must wait. We have bigger problems. Totally. Vince, have Bart and Kang been through here? Do you think they took off before you guys got here? Not sure. Maybe they could have. I don't feel like Bart is the kind of man to do that. But Krang would have. Can't exactly argue with that, really. I hope they're okay, though. Adam. Did Steve kill Earl? I don't know. I mean, sure it looks bad, but it makes no sense. Why would he kill him? He has no reason to. Does he need a reason? He's a creep. Probably the fucking killer. Obviously, I don't agree with Pierce on much, but I do find Steve suspect. I mean, I told you, Adam, how when I was his partner I felt something off about him. He scares me. The way he looks at you when you're alone with him, I can't explain it. It's different when he's in a group, I swear. There you have it. We don't know for sure. We can't make any decisions until we let him explain his side of things. Which might happen next time. Holy shit, this was a longer episode than I intended. Thank you so much for watching. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Check out the other stuff I've done. If you have a suggestion for a game, I would love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. Or hit me up on Twitter or Instagram at Mica_Manticore. Keep an eye out for more videos of this game, because I'm really having fun with this. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!